That's a crazy story. So first you come out here, you booked 15 major commercials in the first 100 days, and you land your role on Blackish. And then, did you face like any form of rejection at all when you first came out here?
Yeah, that's the reason why we made Little, was because they were at our agency that ended up like telling us to move here, obviously. After it was like season 1 of Blackish. Usually when we do like a whole season of just one, like we don't really know what's gonna happen next, or like when the next time we'll shoot or all of that. So we went to our agents, and it was like, so we're on hiatus, we're on this long break until season 2. What's next? Like, what's going on? And they were like, oh no, you're just supposed to chill and relax.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Blackish is a hit, so just hang out and chill. We're like, for 4 months, we're not supposed to do anything.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, no, just chill.
How is chilling for you? Can you handle that well, or that's?
I mean, now I need to chill because there's a lot of stuff going on. But I mean, back then we just hustled like so much. That's the reason like how we got there so quickly. So I mean, we just were like, are you sure? Are you sure about that? Because are there more auditions? Are there more like anything? And they were like, no. So we went to this big meeting. Yeah. Thinking like they called all the departments like of the agency. Yeah. They had the stack full of like scripts. We're thinking like, yes, they're about to like come through with like all these auditions. I'm like, we about to get paid. We were like, let's go. And like they were just going through all the scripts saying like how there's no Black girl roles in every single one of them.
Wow. It was literally so like there's no kids even in this. There's no Black girls. There's a dog in this one. There's an alien in this one. But there's nothing. It wasn't scripts. It was literally like all of the films that were in different stages of pre-production.
Yeah.
So they're like, this is all the stuff that's coming, and there's nothing here for you.
Wow.
So just be glad that you have Blackish, because at least you have a job.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, what if we wanted to create something? And they kind of laughed at us. They're like, what? I mean, but you're on Blackish. Like, why would you want to create something? You're already on something. And they were like, we'll get you with the lit department. Maybe there's some books or something you guys could do. And we're like, well, what if we want to create it? And they just kind of laughed, like not like a but it was really like a right.
Yeah.
And we
fired them. So
yeah.
And you took it into your own hands and you did it. You did it.
Yeah. And then literally that night we were like, let's create something, and then that's how it came to be.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing what anger can fuel.
Yeah,
like,
really.
We'll show them.
Sometimes that's where the best motivation comes from.
If you can channel that as motivation, it could be powerful.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that sometimes, though. You get emotional, and at least I do. But congrats to that. That's really great. Yeah. Not taking no for an answer. So
obviously it was like extremely successful. The first pitch is where you got the bite, and then they believed in it so much to put forth the budget. I looked up, it was like 20 million.
20 million budget,
$20 million idea at 13 years old.
Yeah. 10 years old.
10 years old. Sorry, I keep saying 13.
Okay,
yeah, but I filmed it when I was 13. Though.
We filmed. She pitched it at 10. She shot it at 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. But just think about that. Like from 10 to 13, that's a 3-year gap. So even though it was like quick for them to say yes, for them to actually get it up on its legs and get it shot was 3 years.
3 years.
And that's the process for a lot of stuff. Yeah. Like most of our things, like we've been working on for like 2-3 years, and it's just starting to be announced. And it's I mean, that's just the process of it. And especially like with COVID now, it just pushed so many things back.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And that one more note to that, like I didn't want my husband to tell Kenya the idea like at all, because I was like, I am more of the protector of our family. So I'm like, no, we got to register it. We haven't even we just thought this up like last night. Don't just say it out loud, And
good thing he didn't.
He didn't listen. I literally was like he still doesn't listen to all kind of stuff. And he's like, whatever. But that one I was like, I'm glad you didn't listen to me, because shoot. But I didn't want him to tell it. I was like, I'm sure there's some steps, like even poor man's copyright. Like let's write it down and mail it to ourselves just as proof that we, like a timestamp.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah. He went to work the next day and was like, so I got this idea. And I'm glad that it paid off for us. But, there's a lot of times when you tell people your ideas and then it gets kind of like,
it's scary.
It's their idea.
It's like your baby.
Oh,
yeah. Or they're like, what do you mean? I had this idea already. So.
Yeah, it's I even felt like that with Vine ideas. Like I remember back in the day, I would like have a Vine idea in my head, and I was like, "Someone gonna make this before me?" You know, that feeling is like so much pressure.
Yeah,
there's so much that comes with it. But
and especially if it's like a 3-year gap, you're like, "Oh my god, I gotta wait all this time. I hope someone doesn't beat me to it." But no one did. So that's great. So you, after Little, you started the production company.
Yeah.
Or like in the process of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once we knew that, like, people believe in us, like, just to have somebody really like give you the stamp of approval or whatever you want to call it, it was like, oh, well, maybe we can, like, what other ideas that we have?
So after coming up with a $20 million idea at 10 years old, you became a CEO.
Yeah.
So tell me what that's been like, or how did you like navigate that at first, like being a CEO at 13 years old, and then your parents, I mean, you guys worked with her, or would you say they worked for you? Like what was the dynamic there?
I say both. I mean, but it's more.
What are the roles of the company?
It's I say it's more of a family company for sure.
Yeah.
And then we hired people that actually cared about the family and made sure that we were like creating together and knew our thoughts and we knew theirs, and we were just kind of very, very hands-on in every situation.
Collaborative.
Yeah, very collaborative. And I mean, it was really exciting. Just having another outlet to where I can just be myself, create the things that I want to do, and because Little was amazing. So I was like, if I can make more stuff like this, it's pretty cool. So like I was saying, with having that feeling of having something in your head and like bringing it out to the big screen, I just wanted to keep having that feeling. And I mean, it's it just never gets old. So, yeah.
And so are you working on things currently that are like you said, they take like 2 years and then they finally start to come to fruition?
Yeah.
Like what's
at the moment, we just announced our Disney Channel show, which is called Saturdays, and it is about just a family that roller skates, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. That's what we mean, like simple ideas, and people are like, "That's great!" Like, roller skating. But it's just something that hasn't been seen. Like the casting and the people behind the scenes, it gives it a more authentic, like this is what most kids' parents, like I used to skate in the 90s, and Saturdays, that was the thing to do. So that's where the name comes from, Saturdays.
Oh,
and
cool.
Honestly, I miss my era of Disney Channel, so I wanted to bring it back. Cause I miss like Wizards of Waverly Place, like That's So Raven. Like those are all the things I grew up with. So bringing that back was really cool. So